U92 did a big show last night. I have Capitol Records' own NF in the building.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. You killed it last night. And of course, let's talk about your big record.
My song Let You Down is kind of blown up on the radio, so this year is just a lot of touring. I'm doing like 4 tours. It's the most I've ever done, but super thankful for it.
Your single Let Me Down, already what? Triple platinum in sales?
It's insane, man. It's awesome. Like, you never know what to expect putting out a song, and so that was definitely one of them for me. Sometimes almost every interview I do just kind of ask me, oh, did you expect this or whatever. It's like, I didn't expect it, but I thought it was relatable. I thought it was a catchy song, but no idea that it would, do what it's done. So I'm thankful for all that.
You put on a big show last night.
Salt Lake City's awesome. It's usually one of the most crazy places for sure. We played Salt Lake City on my last tour, and it's like one of the rowdiest crowds that we play for sure.
How early did you start doing music in your life?
I mean, I started writing music, I think, around 12, 13-ish. I was horrible, but I just started. I was just kind of rapping whatever I heard, or I would get instrumentals from people at school. They just burned me CDs of instrumentals, and I'd rap to those. And then my biggest inspiration growing up was Eminem. That's pretty much all I listened to for years. Not all, but pretty much. Yeah. And then as I got older, I started listening to a bunch of different styles of music, like artists like Adele, Ed Sheeran. Is it Bastille or something like that? I always pronounce it wrong, but just different kinds of artists. I've always been into pianos and strings and emotional, deep kinds of music. So that's kind of movies are a huge inspiration for me as well. Yeah, just watching. I love watching movies. I like listening to soundtracks on plane rides and things like that.
Now, question, your song is really catchy. My daughter loves it. Have you ever been anywhere where your song came on and you're like, oh, hey, that's me?
I'd say one of the funniest things I've had is being in an Uber, hearing my song on the radio. It's just kind of funny. Nothing crazy, but no, it's motivating, man, to know that millions of people around the world are listening to something that you created and put a lot of time into.
Did you tell the Uber driver, hey, that's me? Have you ever told the driver, hey, man?
Nah, I don't really like when people recognize me that much, so I'm not really into that.
Your latest album, Perception, is out now. Tell me about how this came together.
I don't really have a huge story about it. It's when I make my albums, I like to make a diverse project. I don't know how much you've heard personally of my actual albums, but a lot of songs are just different. It's kind of a very up and down experience, which I like to do. One song will be me rapping over a really cinematic movie trailer type beat. The next one might be me singing with a guitar, Let You Down, kind of more of that kind of vibe with the alternative drums. And then you have Lie. It's more of a relationship, relatable song. So I just felt like that song was something that helped make the album more diverse, and so it's great to see that people are appreciate the support. You guys playing that one now too, and
yeah, man, thank you so much, my man, for coming in, chopping it up with our listeners today.
Thank you, appreciate it.